Hey you guys, it's Wednesdays, and you know on Wednesdays we do Work It Out Wednesdays where we work out a practice question. This question for the week states, Miss Mitchell is a 43-year-old female who presents with increased weight loss, brittle hair, and an increased heart rate. The TSH is 0.2, the T3 is 202, T4 is 12.5. How should the nurse practitioner diagnose? So reading the stem of the question, we're looking for the best diagnosis based on the findings that have been provided to us. So the patient has increased weight loss, brittle hair, and an increased heart rate. Their lab values, the TSH is 0.2. The T3 is 202 and the T4 is 12.5. So one thing that's important is if you're taking the AAMP, they will provide lab values for you. They'll give you the normal ranges the first time. So write them down on your scratch sheet if this is not something you're familiar with. But on the ANCC, they're not going to provide you with those labs, okay? So you need to at least be familiar with the basic ranges for just those common labs. Don't try to learn everything, but for the common labs. So in this scenario, the TSH is low because, normal TSH is 0.4 to 4.0 milliunits per liter. So that's 0.4 to 4.0. So this one is 0.2, that's low. So with our TSH is opposite for the terms, right? So if that's low, then you want to start thinking hyper, right? Whereas if the TSH was greater than 4, we start to think hypo, because if it's high, it's the opposite. It's inversely related to the TSH and the actual diagnosis, right? So then your T3 is 202. So with that T3, a normal T3 range is 100 to 200 nanograms. So also, y'all know labs kind of vary, but just this is the overall common ones. So then your T4, the normal range is 5.0 to 12.0, and this is 12.5. So the T3 and T4 are elevated, and those typically are in relation to the term. So y'all all did well. On both Instagram and Facebook, the answer is B, hyperthyroidism. Also, those symptoms let you know that I tell you, like, you think of someone that is hyper and they're, energetic, they're bouncing around, they're always on the go. So they're using all this energy. So they're having weight loss because they're burning all their calories, right? And they're sweating so much from running that their hair is becoming brittle. And their heart rate is increased because they're just revved up all the time. Hyped is how I look at it, okay? And hypo is the opposite. They'll have the weight gain, they'll have depression, they'll, everything kind of low and slow with that area. But correct, the answer is B, hyperthyroidism. So good job. This week, y'all share with a friend or someone who may find this helpful, and meet me back here next Wednesday for another Work It Out Wednesday question. Talk with y'all soon.